Byron Donalds, Republican from Florida, joins me now. Welcome back, Congressman. It's been too long. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been too long, Stu, but I'm glad to be back.
Tonight, DeSantis will be side by side with a very powerful guy. I think that's a political coup for DeSantis, and I think it's going to help him. I know you're with Trump. What do you say to this?
Well, look, I mean, he's going to have to launch it. It's happening tonight. Elon Musk being there. Yeah, that's a big deal. I'll give it full credit. But there's a long way to go in this process. And unfortunately, the governor, he's got a lot of ground to make up. But one thing's very clear. We're going to have a very spirited primary. Once again, Republicans are proving that we actually like this thing called democracy. We're engaging debate. And that's a far cry from what the DNC and Joe Biden are doing. They're not even letting Joe Biden debate his Democrat opponents. So the party that's always lecturing Republicans about democracy frankly doesn't believe in it.
This is basically right now we're going to enter into a DeSantis versus Trump debate. You think this is the debate that America needs?
Well, to be honest, I think it's going to be more than just Trump versus DeSantis. You have now, 7, 8 people. Other people are thinking about wanting to get in this field. I know people are looking at the top 2 in the polls right now, but these races all take on lives of their own. And everybody that's running, they all have something credible that they bring to the table. But at the end of the day, Stu, they got to play major catch up with the 45th president of the United States because Donald Trump has a huge lead. I think in terms of the debate, our country does want to hear this because we're dealing with a president right now in Joe Biden who doesn't talk to anybody, doesn't engage with media. You never have any idea what's going on in his mind if there's anything going on in there at all. So it's important to hear from people who are vying for the White House about what they want to do, and I think that's a good thing for the country.
Senator Rick Scott is responding to the NAACP's travel advisory for Florida. He's issued his own advisory for socialists. And I'm going to quote this one. You're going to love this one, Congressman. Florida is openly hostile towards socialists and communists and those that enable them. Before traveling to Florida, please understand that the state of Florida devalues and marginalizes the contributions and the challenges faced by socialists and others who work in the Biden administration. So let's get serious for a second. You're a black man living in Florida. Have you come across any of the hostility that the NAACP talks about?
No. I mean, look, this whole conversation is ridiculous. The NAACP statement is really, really stupid. I don't know why they thought this was going to be a winning issue, especially considering that the 3rd largest population of black people in any state happens to be in Florida. Floridians, especially black Floridians, but all Floridians, they're starting businesses. Their kids are thriving in our schools. They're actually able to live their lives free from government overreach. If there's anything that they should be concerned about, it's the living conditions in Portland, Oregon, or in Los Angeles, California, or Chicago, Illinois, or even my home city of New York City. They should be concerned about that and the implications on their on black kids, and the implications on safety and security. Maybe the NAACP should focus on that. But in Florida, there's a reason why people keep coming. It's because we know how to run a state and people are free to live their lives.
One more for you. The co-host of The View, Joy Behar, says Tim Scott doesn't understand systemic racism. Watch this, please.
He's one of these guys who, he's like Clarence Thomas, black Republican who believes in pulling yourself by your bootstraps, rather than, to me, understanding the systemic racism that African Americans face in this country and other minorities. He doesn't get it, neither does Clarence.
Right.
And that's why they're Republicans.
Congressman, would you like to respond to that?
Listen, Joy Behar doesn't understand that she is a buffoon. She's paid to spew these things. Nobody really pays attention to anything that she believes in or she talks about. And this is also, she sounds good on the Upper West Side, but the rest of America looks at her and says she is utterly ridiculous. I don't even know why her opinions even carry the level of weight that they do. Frankly, they really don't. But it's just a ridiculous opinion. She's never walked a day in Tim Scott's shoes or in my shoes or any other black person in America. So she needs to just sit down, stay in her lane, tell some jokes, but this is not an area for her to comment.
Congressman, just great to have you back. Hope
Anytime.
to see you a lot more soon. Congressman Byron Donalds, sir, thank you very much. Appreciate it.